It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 498.
Welcome to the studio, Gemma Watts.
Gemma Watts, live in our Abbotsford studio, just outside the Melbourne CBD.
Better than you being dead.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That you're live.
Live, yes. Not
She's-
to be confused
she's
with
live.
alive.
Without a doubt, the worst intro I've had.
Weekend Banter.
What
It's
we're
Weekend Banter.
actually doing is just showing Mr. 97 how not to do the intros and stuff
The
Yeah.
emceeing.
for his MC duties of at 500 with yourself.
Well, he's leading, is he not?
I think that there's going to be a bit of hand-holding going on.
Yeah.
Can we literally hold hands? I think that'd be nice.
Yeah,
Would you?
we can walk out holding
I
hands.
think that'd
Yeah?
be
Oh,
cute.
that'd be so good.
Yeah.
So we've officially given Mr. 97 the MC duties of our at 500 and we threw them over to you too. Glad. Thank you for accepting.
My pleasure.
You're like the mentor.
I am his life coach, so Auntie Gem.
Also got some sad news. It
Oh, I know what this is going to be. Nathan's available, isn't he?
Nathan,
The opposite.
young Nathan, is not available to announce our.
Oh, who's got that?
Testosterone
He's,
scores.
he's studying because Tommy said on Friday. What are you laughing?
giggle?
What are you laughing at?
Jem's just like, oh, well, who's got that gig now?
Gem's in form today.
No, Nathan, we were talking about maybe what his age was. And I see in the Instagram DMs, Nathan said that the reason he couldn't be there was because he's studying for exams.
An egg boy yesterday
Yeah.
said to us that he's got exams next
So
week.
I think he was a high school level anyway. I don't even
Oh,
know.
okay, because I was going to say exams doesn't rule it down.
Exactly. But he might
Is there
have
any
been
uni exams at the moment? Have you got any mates at uni? Have you got
I-
any mates?
No, they're all in this room.
Yeah, no, that's it. Pete's not here. But no, so it would be great if you could announce the testosterone stuff.
I mean, sure.
We'll think about it.
Let me sleep on it.
Okay.
Is that
I've
been?
just noticed that because I don't have a tiara on today and I feel nude.
I mean, it's
You're fully clothed though.
Yeah,
just
having
to be
my,
clear
like,
for everyone
The
listening.
top of my head visible is essentially a nip slip for me.
the plan that you have of the tiara. You were saying that you ordered a tiara in, and then you've done a
You think
customization.
it's a tiara.
Oh, sorry. What is it
It's
called?
a crown.
A crown. Okay. So the difference being, it's a because I saw a guy
I'm
the
not
other
telling you what the difference
Okay,
is. You have to
right.
wait.
Okay, so you've got some. I'm not across these conversations. So you've actually ordered something for your head
Mm-hmm.
Well,
for at 500.
Your respective partners are aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. 97, he's going to come out with nothing but regrowth.
Perfect. Which,
that-
in a sense, is a crown. So,
yeah, true.
yeah.
Do you think he needs to
Certainly.
get that redone? What do you think he leaves
I
it?
actually think it's good.
See, now we're at balayage. This is what we talked about.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I was blonde, I just grew it out to a point where I was like, this is intentional, guys.
Do people get balayage as intentional? Like they
Yeah.
just get a half. So you could go and get that done.
Yeah, if you felt that way inclined.
I was going to say, why would anyone fucking get that
No,
done?
no. I think it looks
It's so
great.
handsome, though.
No. So what are you, 97, what are you going to wear on the night?
So I was thinking about this maybe 2 days ago. I was thinking I got to go to industry and get a shirt.
Are
Why
you
do you
going to
have to go-
Doncaster tomorrow? I am.
Shoppo.
Yeah. Should we all go to Shoppo?
I'd love to meet everyone at Shoppo.
I was going to do it Saturday or Sundays.
I'm going to Shoppo with Jill and Bruce tomorrow.
Okay, great.
But yeah, I was just gonna get a shirt and then wear that with black jeans and white shoes.
Like a collar.
Classic.
What
Colour shirt?
Yeah, what colour shirt?
I don't know yet.
I mean, if you were going to pick one, like what? I mean, I wouldn't go there
What
and
about
all
the
of a
blue?
sudden.
What about the
That
talk
blue.
show blue?
I'm wearing talk show blue.
Are you?
On the-
Yeah.
You actually are? Fuck. Mr. 97, you might have to go to talk show.
Could you get a
I mean,
tie in talk show blue? I reckon Ben Fordham probably has a tie in talk show blue.
He
Maybe
wants-
Mine's not it's not technically talk show blue, but just now that I'm looking at it, it's talk show blue.
Okay,
great.
okay.
Perfect.
It's I mean, you're not going to go and all of a sudden come home in a salmon shirt because you probably
No.
So you're quite clear on that. Then what colour would you want?
I guess he's going to go white.
Yeah, I thought I could
Yeah.
see him in a white shirt too.
yeah, white, maybe with like, I don't know, floral or some pattern on it.
It would be
It's
good
like,
if
you know,
you could get pants like the army ones and you can come out and start
Oh
the
yeah,
night
like
by
the
No, I've got them off. I've got them.
Yeah.
I've got it. My. Can we
I think
just
that
get
would be a
him in my
really
stripping
elegant
outfit?
way. Yeah. I think it'd be classy.
And so I called Gem in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you thought that I might have been having a slight panic attack because you ended the call with, "It's all going to be fine."
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I didn't think you were having a panic attack.
I just was having coffee and just spitballing.
Yeah,
But
but
what was all gonna be
there's just
fine?
one thing that he's stressed about that I think is the best part.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Well, I don't want to say it.
No, it was just like so there's going to be lots of people there.
Yes.
And so remembering everyone's names and then just like, so I'm just hugging it. I guess I just hug everyone.
I see. I didn't want to say it because I'm like, that's offensive to everyone that comes.
No,
Like,
no,
I
it's
don't
not.
want to meet everyone.
No. I do want to meet everyone. But the thing is, I want to meet them in the best possible way. So what I'd prefer is I'd prefer to just get coffees with everyone individually.
This is going to take a long
I
time.
know. So
Yeah.
that's the thing.
100
So
coffee
say you got
dates.
100 people.
You don't
How
want to have
much
coffee with your
time-
mum, let's be honest.
Yeah, but how do we work that out? Go to Muffin Break in Devon Hills or whatever.
That's where I used to work, at Doncaster.
Muffin Break.
Doncaster.
It's a good.
So, Jem, you just had your live show
Yeah.
for Glow Journal. Congrats. I heard it was a great
Oh,
night.
it was the best. It
Um,
was so nice.
love-
Everyone turned up.
Yeah.
Everyone stayed like an hour after it had finished because there was a lot of wine, and I was like, keep drinking.
Do you
It was
reckon that's
lovely.
the
It was a
key?
party.
Did you get pissed before, or did you have a few drinks before?
No, I had every intention of having a couple of wines before, but I just was like busy talking to people.
Oh, so you stayed around. So this is what we've been trying to work out.
Oh yeah.
You hang around.
See this.
Well, I
say
did
hi
bump
to
out.
everyone. No, at the start. Sorry, pre-show.
Oh, yeah,
pre-show. Where
I
were
was
you?
there pre-show.
Okay, so you just
Yeah.
mingling.
Yeah.
And so,
So-
people could see your theatre makeup. They could see the whole thing before
My
you came out.
theatre makeup. How
production.
very dare you?
Well, I mean, school productions. You're very big into theatre.
What does that mean, though? What's that?
Well, you'd never go out. Like if you were doing a performance in school, you're always backstage. People couldn't see you in your costume. They couldn't see you in your full outfit.
Yeah, but it wasn't a performance.
Yeah, I know.
It was
I
a
get it.
conversation.
And so you think it's right to not? It's right to mingle first and then go up on stage. And
Yeah,
say,
but I understand that you guys want to come out to music. Oh, actually, I had a thought on that. I am in high school. We were doing like end of year 12. We did an awards thing, and
Yeah.
just to like stitch up one of the boys when he was going up to accept something, we played. We were playing music for everyone. We played Jessica Simpson, "Public Affair," and I just had this image of you guys coming out.
Well, how does that song go?
Oh, I'm not doing it.
Miss 97 will sing it.
Yeah,
But
Do you know the song?
No, I've got no
we
idea.
Don't
need
play
to.
I think she's on rollerblades in the video at
yeah.
like a disco.
The I mean, Newlyweds, great reality show. I'm
that
actually
was
thinking
the Jessica Simpson one.
Is that the one
And-
where she got confused between chicken and fish?
Yeah.
What
Chicken
was
of the Sea.
what's her hubby's name? Chris?
No, they're no
Nick-
longer
It was
together.
Nicola Shea.
Nick Lachey, yes.
I never watched it.
That was huge.
It's
But I
very
like
good.
That
the
was
song.
was that the same time as The Hills?
No, it's pre-Hills. I reckon.
Pre-Hills.
Pre-Hills,
Pre-Laguna, probably.
pre-Dukes of Hazzard.
Ah. And they're no
Early
longer
days.
together.
No,
I mean,
no,
that's
no,
a
no.
No.
classic
Uh-huh.
success story.
Mm.
As in an LA success marriage. They always
Yeah,
break
sure.
up. So
Yeah.
they successfully did what everyone thought they were
Yeah.
going to do. Oh,
And
is she married now, Jessica Simpson?
Yeah, I think she was recently pregnant for like 2 years. You know those people who
Pregnant
are
for
pregnant and it
2
just
years.
seems like obviously not, but they
Sure.
just seem like they're pregnant for a long time.
Post like reposting old Insta
I
photos
see
and
what you
things
mean.
like that.
Yeah, you're recycling.
There was a lot of
Do you have any tips in regards to us preparing for the evening, how that we can get the best version of ourselves?
Well, this is what I was saying to you this morning. That whole thing with like not having a strategy is a strategy. Like,
The silent strategy.
yeah, just like don't overthink it and don't underthink
Don't
it.
underthink it as well. That's what I said.
I
So
know
we're,
it
we're
sounds
both
like-
fucked. Josh is going to overthink it and I'm going to try and underthink it. And then we're
But
going to
you
be...
guys do this every day. Like it sounds like a wank, but
Nah.
like just have fun with it and you'll be fine.
As soon as I start talking, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I know that we both will just start talking. But I mean, Mr. 97's in a harder spot. Let's be honest. He's a young guy.
Are you
who-
stressing?
A little bit. I'm probably underthinking it because I don't want to overthink
Really?
it. Yeah.
It
I
seems
think
like
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
just
We'll be
comes
holding
across-
hands.
yeah,
It'll be
exactly.
fine.
I mean, you've come leaps and bounds. Did you hear? I was giving him some compliments that Amy
Oh,
gave
yes,
to him.
I
You think
did.
it's true?
Yeah. It's
Reiterate
another
that?
thing we were talking about you behind your back this morning,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
all good, baby.
Just,
great.
just
Out of
coming
your
up in a
shell.
world. Yeah, out of your shell.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I don't know where you go from here, but well done.
Yeah, you got to learn how to accept compliments.
Yeah,
I
do.
can teach
No,
you
I
that.
do, yeah.
And so
I'm not that great either.
and receiving compliments.
Nah, I just like to brush them off to get, yeah. Like, who's good? Are you good? I can imagine you're good.
Incredible. No, I'm actually good at just about everything. I was
Do you
interviewing.
think that's your love language?
No, my love language is quality time.
Okay.
And so
I don't need the feedback. Like, I don't need positive affirmations, but I love them.
how do you then go with clients? So you've written some awesome copy you just think is outstanding, which is just any copy you write.
Yes.
What if, like, because we've had some clients recently where you show them something and there's no negative feedback, but there's nothing positive in there.
Oh.
And so for me, I read that and go, that's actually positive. Because if it was, he would bring negativity to it if it wasn't.
Yeah.
If
Don't hate it.
don't hate it, mate.
Yeah.
Don't hate it. So how do you deal with clients that don't give you any affirmation around the quality of your work?
Oh, well, as long as they're not criticising it, it's
Okay.
fine. I mean, there's not a lot you can do with that.
Do you fish for it?
Nah. No, I'm so into myself. I don't really need to fish for it.
Do you sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
Do you, because sometimes I like to presupposition. So you're like saying,
Oh my God, what is this?
so
this
a
sounds like
presupposition.
Are you having a stroke?
I was saying presuppose because I was trying to shorten it, but it's a presupposition is say I would lead with to encourage their thinking before they watch it. This video, we're
I feel like
really
I'm on a
happy
TED
with
talk
it.
right now.
We're really happy with it. It's come together amazingly.
Oh, sure, I do a
and
bit
then
of
you
that.
so you're sort of serving up what they can expect.
Yeah.
And so it can alter how they view it.
Yeah, definitely. Because we would, when I was still doing singing, they would say, like, don't walk out on stage and go, you know what, I do have a bit of a cold.
Yeah.
So, because then
And
they've
that's-
got in their head, like, oh, you know what, she does sound off.
So that's a negative presupposition.
Yeah.
And that was your concern, TJ, with Courtney when she was performing at MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
She was very much like, hey, guys, I'm very nervous. And then she'd say, MTV asked me to tell you a few stories, but I don't have any. And then she
See, that's
played the
funny.
song. I think it's
Yeah.
funny.
But she's, like, endearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No,
But
that was.
if you've got a
Yeah.
song called Depreston, I feel like it's okay to sort of be your
Yeah.
shtick.
You can, I think telling somebody this is great, I'm really impressed.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that.
There was actually something very funny about that song, by the way, Depreston, because it's talking about like there's all hard rubbish on the lawn and it looks like an ice den.
Oh, so she's in your street.
No, but it's funny because it's like this is, sponsored by Visit Victoria. It's this song about how shit
That's
Preston
funny.
is. I thought it
No,
was
the
very
good thing
funny.
is, what do you get? How many? I actually don't know how many you get, but
many
rubbish
hard
days.
rubbish?
How many hard rubbish days per household?
You can also book it.
I can. Yeah, no, I think there's
That's
there's an allocated amount of bookings that you can
Yeah.
get.
You normally
So
get
maybe
two
one or two.
in the Yarra Council. You get two. I'm guessing it would have gone up when like the Netflix doco Minimalism came out. I'm sure everyone was doing that.
Yeah, true.
Once a year.
Once a year you
Okay.
get. Hey,
Free.
Sebs, can you put on the aircon?
The same is it the same time every year for everyone?
Well, it seemed that everyone was having their collection bullion. So what
Well, I'm
Gemma's
in a
referring
different
to.
council to you, and I think Sev's is a different one as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but what you're referring to is the whole neighbourhood was having a throwout, except for this one house. They threw out the whole house.
The whole house.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it could have been deceased estate because
I
there's
reckon we talked about this the last time.
there's a
I was on
young-
it.
there's a
Had
young
to
f-
have been.
a young family in there now. Like
Yeah.
I've seen her and it seems all clean.
I don't recall our whole street having it at the same time, but we always book it because my mum is very like, if she wants something out of that house, if it is not gone in 2.5 days, whew,
Illegal to take from the hard rubbish collection.
yes.
It is illegal.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a guy knock on our door asking for the remote control for a TV that we threw out.
How do you know it came? Oh, because this was a house that you live in.
We had a house.
Mum and Dad's place?
Yeah, and there was TV was out the front.
Oh my
And
God.
the guy knocked on the door, hey, have you got the remote?
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that's next level stuff.
Did you find it for him?
No, well, we didn't have the fucking remote. That's why we're chucking out the TV.
Worth
you
ask- worth it.
Yeah.
Worth asking.
Jem, when you go to Doncaster, would you bump into
It's
people?
called Shoppo.
Shoppo, sorry.
Yes.
But for the international audience.
The mall.
The mall,
It is the
Westfield.
mall.
Do you, I never bump into anyone I went to school with because it's not around that area.
Every time.
Really?
Every time.
What are they doing there?
Shopping.
Like, but who are these?
Who?
What kind of people?
And which stores?
I don't know. don't know.
Like JB Hi-Fi?
I don't know.
Okay, wherever you're
No.
going. Seed? Do you know Seed?
You know what? When I'm going to Doncaster, Shoppo, I'm there for like Big Dubs or Target.
Really?
All my other shopping happens on the internet because I'm like not in a rush for the things. But if I need to go to Target, it's urgent.
Which car park do you park in? It's very
Oh,
inside.
okay. Oh, I don't want to reveal it because it's
I think you probably go on the same one. Do you enter from the maybe they've closed down. It's now TJ Maxx or TK Maxx, where the Toys R Us used to be.
no.
Going underground up.
So I know where you are. If you're happy to park not undercover, which I always am,
Yeah.
you want to go onto the roof, go up as far as you can, and then you do a little like an S shape, and then you end up on the roof, not undercover, near David Jones, and there
Okay.
are always ample spots there.
Entering from
always
Village.
You've got to go past Village, and you got to keep
Oh, yeah,
going
yeah.
to
The place where we go, I mean, this is, if anyone's never been there, they don't give a fuck about this, but I park where you showed me, Josh. TJI.
Yeah.
TJI.
You can-
Oh, yeah. I know the Village. I mean, that's a very
If you-
obvious
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
the one where you go past Village and then you go around a little.
Oh, another
No,
thought.
no.
If you want to
That's only free during
have a
weekdays.
kid and then you get the
No plans
the
to.
kids the
The
kids spot.
pram sort of
Yeah,
thing.
the pram spot.
Interesting. Yeah,
You know it's not illegal to park in those without a pram. Like it's a dick move. You can't park in a disabled spot without a disabled tag, but you can park in a pram spot
Is
without
this
a
true?
pram. Yeah.
Oh,
Where'd
yeah,
you read
definitely.
this from?
Jill Watts.
so
So
your mum
Jill's
hits
done.
She doesn't, but she every time she drives past, she goes, "You know, I could." Okay,
Well,
Can you
Jill.
look that up? No, you said.
On Friday's episode, we were talking about reclining your chair on an aeroplane. You've been we were in Sydney on Monday. You were there too. for
Yes,
something.
I was.
Can you, on an hour flight, recline your chair?
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
But you can.
You can. You can do all sorts of things that you shouldn't
yeah,
do.
Yeah. I think it's frowned upon.
Why are they there? Like if you guys seem to think that that's exactly how
Well,
it
because the
is.
thing is that you take off and you land. Once you take
Yeah.
that, when you take that part out, then you take out food service.
This is my issue because if I'm flying Qantas, you get food, and I'm
Are you
flying
going to be
Qantas.
okay?
So I've got the tray table down. I've got my laptop on it. Food comes, laptop pumps under here.
Yeah.
And my little tiki pie.
So international, you can.
of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I think-
bizarre if you don't on an international
Yeah.
flight.
No, I get it.
Any
Careful, Jem. See your cocktails.
I mean, Mr. 97's heading overseas with us next week, Thursday.
Oh, where are you guys off to?
We're going to LA.
what?
How do you say LA, by the way?
Oh, I'm saying it wrong, and that episode threw me into a fucking spiral.
What happened?
Did you
I'm
find
doing
out the
Los
answer?
Angeles.
Los Angeles.
My-
Los Angeles.
I'm seeing my best friend tonight. She just got back from there. I will ask her.
Okay.
what
thank
she thinks.
Yeah.
you. Why
she's
would
clever.
she be?
Well, I don't know. She's just clever.
How long was she there for?
Month.
But then
Yeah, but
Doesn't-
she's smarter than
It doesn't
me.
qualify her to tell us this.
Yeah, but I think which one of you was saying Los Angeles?
I was saying Los Angeles.
That is probably correct.
Because I hear like
I
Osher
just
Ginsburg
can't
back in
do
the
it.
day on the we're live in Los Angeles. Like
He'd
he
say
would
that.
do it, and there's a few other like I feel like
We
I'm
played a
doing
video.
E's, but I'm.
We played a
Yeah, it was-
pronunciation
it was
of it, and it was
Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles.
Yeah,
Los
exactly.
Angeles.
Which is hence my
But
spiral.
we should definitely
I'm
do a
fine
video.
now.
We should definitely do a video over there of asking. So what's this town called? And we'll get just a montage of it.
Burbank,
Yeah.
Yeah.
West Hollywood.
No. What state are we in? California. Any suggestions for a young man who's about to fly? I mean, he hasn't really done a great deal of travel in his life. He's 19. From Gemma, is there
Face
any
masks.
Yeah, any sort of travel tips,
yeah,
tricks?
definitely. Well, the only tips that I have are skincare.
I mean, he seems like a guy that would appreciate that.
My domain name, Plain Face, just lapsed.
Oh, how was
Oh,
that?
no.
How was that?
That would've-
Unicorn of a business.
How long did you have that for? Because that's our anniversary, guys.
Yeah, so that was
We're in
Oh,
18
yeah.
months.
yeah, because that was
Oh wow!
so the first
Happy
time. So
anniversary.
the first
was-
time.
yeah.
Do you remember the first time you came on the show?
Yeah, but that was like months after because you
Yeah.
went away.
Yeah, so it was November.
Yeah.
Because it was, I think we did a whole bit on how bogan the Melbourne Cup was. And I think that
And
I
then
then
I came
panicked
in
and I just saw,
Post Melbourne Cup.
yeah, which is fine.
It's fine.
And
Fuck,
you've
that was
also-
a year ago. That's
Yeah.
only a year ago.
But Gemma's already been planning, you're planning your hat at the moment, aren't you?
I locked it in just after I got off the phone. I was trying to source this very specific hat for Derby. Fucking got it.
And what is it?
It's like a very wide brim. It's a straw situation. It's like a bit Audrey Hepburn. I'm toying with the idea of a long glove, 2 long gloves. I'm not just going with one
long glove. Really? Where's your other one?
Because I'm just wearing like a very simple black dress, and then I like the idea of gloves, but
It could be 35 degrees.
I don't think it's going to be.
Okay, then.
I'm wearing a wool suit on Cup Day, so
Oh, no. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
yeah, because
There's a chance of it being 35. There's a chance of it raining.
last year Cup Day it was like torrential in the
Was
morning,
it?
and then it got very sunny in the
that's right.
afternoon.
Oh, what do you think about my friend's, I think it's genius, idea of putting his sunglasses into a express post bag, mailing them home so that he can go out and get fucked up. And then he gets home the next day. Monday comes around, his glasses arrive.
Oh
in the
yeah, I
mail.
was a bit confused by that. I don't fully understand
So
why.
because you lose them. I mean, he
I
doesn't have a
don't.
handbag. I mean, you don't have a clutch as
But
a
just
man.
put them in your little.
Yeah, and then you go out and you're taking a piss in the bushes
You
next
know
to
what?
motel,
That's the
and then
difference.
it comes out.
That's the
And then you
difference. I
fucking-
haven't taken a piss in the bushes in some time.
2019.
It's been like a couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, when was
Shit.
Melbourne Cup?
No, I'm very good at the Melbourne Cup. When girls have their shoes off, oh
Yeah, not a good look.
no.
Well, there's always, it feels like it was only a few years ago that the lady pushed the police officer into the bush.
I think that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, it's very funny.
No, it was
some
just like a lady
pissed
just,
idiot,
yeah,
I think is the technical
yeah,
term.
pissed idiot just
Yeah.
pushed
Just pushed a cop.
Yeah. And he went into the bushes and then she got arrested. Which,
As you
which
do.
Is not, yeah.
Yeah. That's one way to get arrested. I probably won't this year.
No, well, it would be.
We'll see.
Have you got any friends that have been arrested? Females specifically? Like I feel like it's such a male thing. Like some idiot getting
I'm
arrested.
just the one that got detained, but not
What was it?
arrested.
What was the what
We
happened?
again we touched on this last time. I
I
won't
think it
go
was
into
touched
it.
on it that we couldn't touch on it.
Yeah, detained
Was it-
and deported.
Oh, that's right. And then I did about the like you were a model.
Yeah, you just assumed all
Yeah.
my friends are models.
Yeah, sure. Have you been to the US or no?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to go?
Yeah, I should. Hey,
Yeah.
I'll come next
Yeah,
week.
you should see what the flights are like. They
No,
were
I
quite
got
cheap.
races.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, so we're away during Melbourne Cup, which is good because then how many days off do people get? 2, 1?
one Monday.
Technically, the Tuesday is the public holiday.
yeah.
A lot of places will give you the Monday off.
Yeah,
I'll still work the Monday.
but it is only
I'm
a
not going
Victorian.
to do all 4 days though.
It's
too
a
much.
it's a Victorian public holiday. Oh, we need to ask you a favour. I know might not be able to happen. Anyway, you can get Birdcage tickets for Mr. 97's dad.
Birdcage.
I can't get birdcage tickets for my dad. My parents are Flemington members, and they
Really?
can't. They don't.
So literally, Mr. 97's dad, he's been having all these crazy ideas and requests. He's been, he started investing more into the show from a time point of view.
Appreciate it. Don't stop.
So
Yeah.
Don't stop.
So he started. What's your dad's name, by the way?
Rick.
Rick.
So Rick has
Ricky.
been on point when it comes to content suggestions. He had the idea. He said, Mason, do you know what I think you need to do? You need to get a makeover for the episode 500, and Gemma can manage the whole thing.
Yeah, I think I suggested this
Yeah.
at episode 400 and said, "Cool, we've got 100 episodes."
This isn't the Mason Lauder show, though. You know,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
we were looking
Mason
at
who? Who's Mason Lauder?
We're looking at all the
Yeah, I forget his surname all the time.
Yeah.
really.
When one of my friends works with your brother at the leisure centre
Yeah,
or
yeah.
sports complex where I had
YMCA.
to get
Yeah,
the Uber to stop that one time. We still haven't found that footage. She's like,
Have you
"Oh,
tried to find that footage? Can we say what happened?
Sam's in China.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Can we
But
say
she
what-
was like, "What's his surname?" And I'm like, 7.
No, it would be 97 in that case. No,
No, I assumed his first name is
was
Mr.
90.
and 90 is his middle name.
I see. I see. What's
Oh
happening?
yeah, I just every time I get into an Uber, I immediately need to go to the toilet, and normally I like you just Kegel through it, and then I was
Do you
so.
do Pilates?
I used to for my arthritis. That's a fun Gemma fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fine.
When was the last time you had your bloods done?
2 years.
What
18
bloods
months?
would you have done?
Vitamin D.
Oh, did you pay?
So you're
or
one
did
of
you
the
get it
$70
for-
million.
150.
No,
$150 million.
Because
million.
Oh,
mine's quite
arthritis.
bad because of my arthritis.
Okay, so you're not part of the problem.
No,
You have a problem. and
no,
you
my
need it.
bones are just like It's not ideal.
Weight training.
Okay.
It's
Well,
good
this
for
is
bone
it.
density.
But I've just got lumbar facet arthropathy. It's just one part of my spine.
Yeah, so stop fucking trying to give her medical advice.
But I appreciate it.
Weight training is good for all of us.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I was speaking
Jump on the
to my
reformer.
my friend during the week, and she was saying, similar to, you know how you cracked it when I mentioned calories the other
Yeah, I
week.
just don't love it.
Well, she was saying, she's like, I've had to actually stop listening. She's like, I've had an eating disorder for fucking like
Yeah,
50,
it's
20,
super
like,
triggering.
Yeah. But not only the calories, that just food in general. She's reading
okay.
a book called Intuitive Eating, I think it's called. And it's all about like, because so much of my stuff is like I fear like my weight and doing all
Nah,
that
you got
sort
to
of thing.
listen to my podcast with Jules Von Hep from Isle of Paradise.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
What
Give
do
us
you
the-
think?
He
Cliff
just
Notes.
talks a lot about like body positivity because he has a tanning company, so he's like spray tanned every shape, size, like women that are like in a wheelchair because they're so frail from chemo, and like everyone's nude in front of him, and they just don't give a fuck. Like it's how you look is such a tiny.
It's such a good position to be in, like in regards to like being able to think that way
Yeah.
and being able to accept.
It's
the way
an
you look.
interesting chat.
Mhm.
Pete listened to it because he messaged me and he's like, I'm just listening to your podcast. Jules Von Hep just told me to get a fucking grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically, Pete.
Yes.
Really?
Pete,
I
yeah.
mean, he does only eat salmon, and I mean, I
He'll
would
love
argue he's
this.
orthorexic, which is the
I don't think he is. I just think he's
just
got like an
healthy.
understanding of,
Yeah,
what
health
makes
aware.
him
No, I think
better.
to get any super result, like any results, because I've done it, right? There is a level of obsession. There's a level
Yeah,
of
of
thought. Like
course.
it has to shift in some way, and so it'd be nice to land in this middle ground of not giving a fuck.
Yeah,
but
I'm
we
there
always
most of the
care
time.
about something.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't be working in beauty if I didn't care about it. But yeah.
what was
I
that?
don't know.
Do you have things that you do to make sure that if you think about those things
Yeah.
that you say, okay, like if you have a negative thought, how you process it?
I mean, I'm just not a super negative person, but I just this will sound like a real wank. I just like to thank my body. Like I'm so grateful that I have like a brain that works. I've got a heart that's pumping blood around my body. All of my limbs are like okay and moving. Like that's such a nice position to be in. So like your body's your body. Like we're just renting a space.
I think it's only until I remember when I got my 2 herniated discs, all of a sudden your perspective changes where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm struggling to walk. And then all of a sudden you start appreciating just going out for a walk.
Of course, it's easier said than done, but I just like to like bring it back to that.
Do you have something that you say when friends are in those modes of obsession? What do you say?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that. No, my friends know, like in our friendship group, if you're coming to Gemma for the pep talk, it's tough love, and I will turn people back. Like people will say, I need a Gemma Watts pep talk, and I'm like, babe, you're not there. You're not ready.
What does that mean? When do you feel like they're not ready for a pep talk?
What's the telltale signs of it?
When they're still fishing for compliments, because I'm not giving them to you. They're not.
And so do you think
But if they're whinging about their weight specifically or how they look, the way I remind my girlfriends is if we're talking about someone else, like, oh, I saw such and such the other week. And I go, oh, which one's that again? They're never going to describe them as, oh, the one with like the boobs, or, oh, she's so skinny. They're going to say like, oh yeah, she works for such and such. She goes out with this person. Like you're never describing someone as like the thin one. And if you are, what does that say about you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like
that's
the
how
one that you're like, no, they're dating this person. They're dating AFL footy player.
No,
Which
but
is a
it's
real,
just-
you've really
Hey,
played into your cliche.
I thought you might be across this. Some dating app where it's new.
Raya?
Shane Warne's on
Yeah.
it. Olympia Valance was on it. You're not
Raya.
meant to talk about it if you're on it.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. I mean, not that
You're
you're
not allowed to-
Well, I'm not
well,
on
yeah.
it.
so we can talk about
But
it.
you have to be referred. So someone that's already on Raya has to refer you, and then there's an approval process. Michelle Andrews wrote an article about it.
I love the
Okay.
idea that this made up idea that it could be made by Shane Warne and everyone just gets suggested
No,
Shane
because it's
Warne.
international.
Okay,
Raya
yeah.
Can you-
Delevingne's on there.
Can you
Radar?
look it up, Miss 97?
Raya.
Oh, right.
Give us like the
Why?
what do they say? Like Airbnb, they have like a slogan or whatever. Uber, they have a slogan. All these startups.
Tinder for A-listers.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, Tinder for A-listers.
Michelle wrote a really good article about it. Pop it in the show notes.
Where is it? 97 can
I
do
think
that.
news.com.au.
There's also
I know. That's why I
It's not the
paused.
website.
That's why I paused.
It's not the website.
We've
also-
met before. This
There's-
is my first time.
I know a guy who's on like
Tangled.
not a sugar daddy. I think it might be something like a sugar daddy website.
Michelle wrote an article on that as well.
Where it's you don't have to be an old guy. You could be my age, 30, whatever. My friend's 30 something. It just means he has to take girls out for expensive dinners.
Yeah.
But
Chris
then
calls me sugar mama.
why? Because you take him out for
Yeah. Love it.
For Taco Bill.
Expensive
How often do you go there?
Yeah.
Have you listened to that?
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
I-
You got dragged through the mud a little bit.
No, it was fine. I didn't actually listen to the whole thing. Do I get dragged through the mud more than the Taco Bill reference? I have to listen. Jordan Michaelides Uncommon podcast. Gemma was on there.
Yeah.
I wonder if Radio Mike and Jack Post were a bit nervous to follow me because my interview was so good.
It could have happened.
My parents and I were having a bit of a drink on the weekend and re-listened to it over some wine.
Oh, really? Do you watch YouTube or do you like?
No, I wasn't thrilled with the angle of the YouTube, if I'm honest.
It is hard. I mean, the video thing is hard.
I was wearing the wrong bra.
It's annoying. I've been there.
Yeah.
The thing with filming, and we're talking about this with who are we talking with?
See, I was unprepared.
Sarah
today. What
Sarah
a
Greenberg.
mess.
We're talking to her about release
She's
forms and stuff. Yeah,
amazing.
she's great. The Life of Greatness.
A life of greatness.
What did I say?
The.
How embarrassing for you.
Well, it's a contentious issue because it's for some reason it triggers some form of dyslexia in me, which I shouldn't say because I don't have dyslexia. Actually, what did Bree say the other day? Oh, she was talking about her friend. She said, "Oh, yeah, her friend's she's got Asperger's," and then she's like, and she was struggling to spell. I'm like, "You sure?" And she's like, "Oh, I mean dyslexia."
Slightly different.
Which is
Okay.
a little bit
different.
A little bit different. But no, it's good to have you here. Anything else, 97 before we we're doing a short. We're
That's
doing a
super
short.
prepared.
We're just doing a
this
short one today. We got an LA fact of the day, obviously, from
Yep.
Mr. Sevs. Better be better than the
Better
other
be
day.
better.
You didn't like Fridays? Okay. LA and San Fran are on opposite
Don't say
sides.
San Fran.
Why?
San Francisco or SF.
SF.
Only noobs and internationals would say San Fran.
And what are we?
Okay.
He's a noob and an international.
I've been there 3 times,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
basically a
Okay.
local.
Jesus.
LA and SF are on opposite sides of the San Andreas fault line. These two cities are moving 2.5 inches closer every year. So in around 10 million years, LA and SF will be right next to each other.
How good's that?
In how
That's
many years?
quite bad for everyone in the
10
middle.
million years.
10 million. It's a while.
I'll be alive then. I'm a robot.
Have you seen the film about genetics? It's
Which one?
What,
Yeah, you're
No,
gonna have
mate.
to-
See, I mean, you recommended that I watch. I wouldn't recommend that to people.
why?
Why?
It's a bit weird.
What is it?
What's weird about it?
They were trying to make a dog glow in the dark.
So, I mean, you can get glow in the dark collars.
No,
No,
the
no,
whole
no,
the
no,
whole thing.
but-
This way you can just get a glow in the dark dog.
Yeah,
What's the thing called
Get a
CRISPR?
glow stick. Do that thing where you rip it open
yeah,
and then all
just-
the
Is it called
Fuck.
CRISPR? Was that the
That's the
technology?
technology.
that's
Yeah, CRISPR.
The
gene.
genetic,
Yeah.
genes, and so why the guy wants to make a dog. The reason you didn't like it was because the people in the film were quite alternative. You would not survive 1 week living north side. Like they were just all sort of
No, but-
tattooed, coloured haired.
No, but it's
Whereabouts
not
were
even
they?
that. Just like
One of
SF?
them was in Oakland, which is just over the bridge. Why is that
Outside of
funny?
it.
Just the
Outside
thought
of
of
SF.
Seb's north side.
Yeah, he wouldn't survive. He's a south
He
side
would
boy
be
or suburbs.
Fine.
Absolutely not. He'd be
He's
like,
not.
no
He's
one wears
east."
deodorant.
It's eastern suburbs. We're neutral. We can live anywhere.
Why? Because you're from the.
The east.
Yeah.
It's neither north nor south.
It is actually. I mean, people. You do get a vibe. People could blend in most places,
I
don't-
can.
I
I
don't-
can drink anywhere.
except for all those bogans that are at the Manningham cake shop, revving their cars.
the
next to the
Manningham cake shop.
Manningham Square. You know, like across the road from Macca's. Anyway,
Could we do like a live?
Is that where Woolies is?
yeah, Woolies.
Oh,
and
is
there's a
that not,
cake shop that's
There's-
open late.
yes, yeah.
But there's all these bogans with cars.
Yeah,
One-
yeah.
Are they bogans or are they like Greeks? And
Yeah.
they're
Greek
more
bogans.
Greek. Yeah,
Yeah.
Were you
But
going
they-
to say they're more Greek than Bogan?
Oh, so
No,
Bogan,
yeah,
is
no, no,
the
no,
Bogan would be
Italian, I was gonna say.
Aussies. But yesterday these Greek blokes had the most bogan Aussie car, like like a Commie. It was a sick car. They had the hood open. Commodore. They had the SLS.
Oh, I'm
Your
so
dad
glad
would
you
have loved
shortened it.
And they fucking, it was so annoying.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
This conversation feels like I'm back in 2005.
I hate car chat.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I just don't care for it.
You don't have a car.
yes, she
Yes, I
does.
do.
Can I
you
guess?
got your little,
is it
Swiftie?
Peugeot? No.
Yeah.
It's Peugeot.
She drove in the office, not
that's
today,
right.
but she's driven into
Yeah.
the garage.
Yeah.
You've helped her
Oh,
go in.
not
so she-
today.
I put
She's
the
not
warning
driving anyway
signal.
today.
Where have you been, by the way? What lunch place?
Peaches,
Where is it?
Swanson Street.
What were we doing there?
Drinking.
Just like a business meeting or
Yeah.
just a piss up?
No, a meeting.
What sort of cuisine?
I mean, we had some chippies and some fried pickles because
Okay,
health.
sure.
So, I mean, potatoes are vegetable, pickles are vegetable.
No, I'm a
Basically-
vegetarian. I get it.
Yeah.
And
Basically just had roast veggies. for
Roast
lunch.
veggies.
so
and-
is that, was it work or no?
For tax purposes,
Oh, yeah.
for the girls,
Mhm.
yes. Yes,
Okay,
it was
okay.
work.
Who are you?
You can only write off the chippies and the pickles. You can't do the alcohol. It's
Okay.
non-tax deductible.
What do you think about
Company
getting?
card.
I've been thinking getting rid of Apple Podcast reviews. We got one 2-star rating.
How do you get
And
rid of
it's-
that?
I don't think
that-
you can.
I think Apple Podcast should just get rid of them.
Oh,
Yeah, Michelle and Zara have thoughts on this because I
Yeah.
got. It's just, isn't it funny though how you can have hundreds of positive reviews, but just one thing. One girl wrote, and still a beautiful review. She's like, "I love this podcast. Just it's a bit too soft for me to listen to on the train, so I took a star off." And I was like, "Oh no."
Soft.
But
The
as in
volume's not very
But
high.
I just love that it's
Mic
she's
technique.
she's controlling the stars like she's on fucking the judge of Australian Idol
But
or
it was
something.
fine. That's fine.
Look, we're going to deduct one for this
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Like,
You know what? How about we deduct you?
But I think
Full stop.
most podcasts that have 5-star reviews, it's because there's a whole bunch of people that, like Uber, even if it was a bit shit, you gave a 5-star review to the
I don't
person.
know. I think
Mish and
that
Zara don't read theirs because they're like, it's a
Yeah.
fun platform on which to bully people.
yeah. Well, that's it. It's like this gross anonymous opportunity for people to troll.
But we do appreciate your 5-star.
Yeah, if you want-
nicely
Yeah.
You know
commented.
what?
Feedback welcome
Reviews.
if it's positive.
Actually, I reckon we should start a movement. We need to remove the negative noise,
Yeah.
and the best way to do that is by your 5-star reviews.
I got to.
so if you could leave a 5-star.
Mind and I like it. I'll get upset for 3.5 minutes, but then I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Why don't we
haven't-
play a game, one for one type of thing? You leave a review on the Daily Talk Show, and then leave a review for either Glow Journal, for Shameless, something like that. One of the other podcasts. I know Shameless need more
Yeah, God,
reviews.
they need more listeners. The poor things.
I need to make a decision, guys. I want you to help me with this.
Haircut.
No,
Fade.
Uber. I got an Uber the other night home,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy, as I got in, and it's happening more and more. He at least was nice enough to say, "Do you mind if I take a call?"
Oh yeah,
And I was like, yeah. Anyway, and then he's just fucking blurting.
I hope he just picked up his actual phone and was doing it.
No,
on
he had his headphones on.
Okay.
But I've got right now Shiver. I really wanted to give him
Shiver, is that his name?
That's his name, so I've got it here. I've got it's at the point where I need to give him.
I know someone with that name that's
I don't know
pronounced
if-
Shiva.
It might be Shiva. I don't want to give him 5 stars, but then I don't want to give it. I'd like to give him 1 star
No,
for his
no.
trip
Why?
But you have so many other options.
because
in
you're
there.
fucking driving. It doesn't mean you can take a personal call.
You said yes.
I got a worse one. Do you want to hear my
Yeah, I wanna hear
experience?
that.
this
But also-
morning? Too bad if you said no.
Yeah, well, like he's not asking for me to say no. He's asking.
Did you hear what he was saying?
No, he was speaking.
Okay, so what about this? His mum's dying of cancer and he's having to work.
It's the
Took a
last
turn.
call.
No, that's it. Last call with his
Great,
mum.
Great.
And
so
she's over
5 stars for Shiva. But then let's flip it. What's the opposite? What's the
I mean,
alternative?
okay, so this hasn't happened today. Today, I haven't been hit on by my Uber driver. That happens. Uber driver. But what happened? I got picked up from home, and he was in the middle of eating a meat pie.
Was it 3D deal?
He was in the middle of eating a pie, and I got in the car, and he said, "Do you mind if I finish this?" And I said, "Yes, I do. Like, I have booked this Uber because I need to be at a place at a certain time." And he was like, "Okay," and then drove and just ate it with the other hand, mounted a curb, the whole thing,
That's
which is
fucked.
not
but
that
he-
bad in comparison to other Uber drivers where
Sorry,
I've had to get them to pull
empathy
everything.
story again. I know this isn't fun.
But try the opposite. So
He's
do
starving.
what you're.
No, his
do the
mum's got
opposite.
cancer and he's fucking doing this between going to see her, and he hasn't eaten all day because they don't have anything he can eat at the hospital.
Don't accept the ride if you're not ready to take the ride.
That's so true. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
It didn't. This shit didn't
Thanks, I'm
happen.
full of that.
He's
This
trying
shit
to
didn't
make.
happen.
He's trying to
He's
make
trying
money.
to pay for a cancer treatment.
Uber
Exactly.
early
Palliative
days.
care.
Uber.
Thank you.
Uber early
I
days.
wish they could see Sam's face.
Uber in the early days was like they had mints, water,
I would have
drivers.
loved a mint today.
Very specific.
Chippies.
Now they're just fucking the loosest units ever.
Yeah, just don't accept the ride if you're not
And he
ready
was-
for me to get in your car.
And
I
he
agree
was
with
late.
97.
And
I
he
think
was
it's
late.
fucking great.
All
I
right,
think
should have got
97 's
5
really good.
stars.
Right.
Should we give him a tip? It's from the company.
Yes.
This is from the company. card.
$3.
$3.
Yeah.
$3. He just got $3 from the company.
Done. Great. Are we going to be out? Do we need to transfer some cash into the?
No, I think it went through. That's
good.
fucking ridiculous. We just
I've had
we
some
just-
pretty bad Uber.
validated his poor behaviour.
I think it's
Yeah.
good. No, I
or
think
his
you've
mum
made.
will make it through this treatment that you guys are fucking banging on.
Phone
about.
calls don't bother me too much. Being hit on by the Uber driver
No, not
does.
good. Not good.
Then did you give him a 1 star, the Uber driver that hit
Oh,
on you?
I've had to get drivers to pull over on the side of the road and me call another one because they've made me that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And
shit.
so,
I get it pretty bad.
1, what fucking pests?
Yeah.
2, what are they saying? What kind of shit do they say?
Oh, I won't go into it. But
No,
just,
go into it.
You know, just turning around while driving, like looking you the whole way up and down, just asking about your
Just gross
personal
shit.
life, but in a creepy way.
Bree was actually
What time
going
will I be
into.
finished at this event? Do you want me to come pick you up? Here's my number. That kind of.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
No.
Bree was getting into a taxi, and the guy was a little bit strange. Yeah, like blue gloves on or whatever, and was sort of doing this. Come here, and then Bree was walking over, and a girl came up and said, "Don't get into that taxi." And then she said, like, I think he might be stoned or something. He's been acting really strange. And then a guy that Bree had been talking to on the plane was going to get into that taxi, and he got into the taxi, and Bree's like, "Oh, fuck, no. Now he's gone into the taxi. He needs to know that the guy might be on drugs or something or not to do it." And so she said, "Oh, hey, did you want to just grab a taxi with me?" And he's like,
girl.
"Oh, where are you going?" It's like, "I'm going to Collingwood." He's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, yeah. And she's like doing big eyes. And he's like, "Oh, okay." And so he gets out, and then he walks, they're walking away, and she goes, "Oh, no, I was just letting you know. Go get another
I
car."
actually don't want to share a car with you.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
thinking,
Well,
"Fuck,
that's
I'm
what,
in."
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's probably not like the whole wide eyes thing. Like if I had that, I was like, I'm getting hit on right now.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I know a
No,
person.
I'm pretty good at gauging what I'm being.
No, absolutely.
I know a
no
girl
gauge.
who jumped into a guy's cab who was in the back, and she ended up sleeping with him.
Jesus.
No,
There's,
no, it
there's
was-
horrendous stories that shouldn't get out there.
So it was
based
like
on Uber.
no, that was a cab.
At
So
least Uber's like trackable.
she saw a guy jump into an Uber, and then she jumped into it, and then they actually got along really
Oh,
well.
the
So no,
passenger.
not
yeah,
it wasn't
okay.
the driver,
Oh, God.
but it was a random. It'd be like if you actually just jumped into a cab
That's
and then
fun.
something,
I love that.
and then they ended up hooking
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Casual sex. Do
It's
it.
fine, yeah.
Have a go, mate.
There's a-
Yeah.
yeah. But not with the taxi. That's
Yeah,
what you're
definitely
doing.
not.
Okay.
Blue gloves, run.
Yeah.
Any
Auntie
last
Gemma just.
We've actually got to go. It's
any
Nice.
last words before episode 500 that you'll be back on the show then?
Nah, get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready.
We'll have some songs going. I don't know if we need to get an APRA or PPCA license. I'm not worrying about it. Come
We'll
after
just
us, guys.
Spotify. We'll Spotify it and then
I know. I'm sure AU79 being a venue need to have a license for music.
maybe.
I'm getting really bogged down in the details.
Yeah, a
but we
little
could,
bit.
we could
See,
play
this is
all-
what I said. He's
Let's
like,
not
I
worry
don't know
about
why Gemma thinks I'm stressed.
I was having coffee. It's a daily talk show. Hi, thedailytalkshow.com is the email address. Apple Podcast reviews are bullshit, but are appreciated.
See you at Shoppo.
See ya.
So yeah.